With a single flick of his presidential wand, Joe Biden protected Hunter, his son, from ever facing federal charges for any crimes he committed or even may have committed over more than a decade. The sweeping and extraordinary breadth of this magic trick has staggered supporters and opponents alike, even casting a spell of silence over the most notable defenders of the indefensible.
I got nothing for you on that.
Can I follow up on that? Are you concerned with the lack of transparency, lack of honesty around Biden's decisions?
As I said, I got nothing for you on that. Nope.
Gonna say that pardoning anyone on the way out of office, family members, sets a poor precedent.
Thank you. I've got nothing for you on that.
But the question is, they've talked about January 6th pardons. This is a playbook for incoming President Trump. Isn't this a problem? Did he not establish a bad precedent for pardons?
I got nothing for you on that. Any other subjects?
Never thought the day would come when Chuck Schumer had nothing for us. Nothing. But what could he say? This is the problem for the Democrats. There are no other subjects right now that anyone wants to talk about, and there will be no other subject when the outrage machine sputters into life to ransack President Trump's wave of pardons in the new year, which is inevitable. Even Gavin Newsom has broken ranks, telling Politico that he took Joe Biden at his word and cannot support the decision. In other words, he trusted him, got lied to, and feels betrayed. It's a total subjugation of the Democratic moral high ground, a rout. Just a few wearied soldiers remain, wandering listlessly across a deserted battlefield.
I respect it as a parent. I understand why he would do it, but I wonder to understand why lie about it for so long.
I'd stop calling it a lie.
Okay.
No, Whoopi, it is a lie. And Biden lied and lied and lied himself. And he told his press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, to go to the White House press room and lie to the world's media again and again and again. This wasn't an accident. It wasn't something he suddenly thought of. He'd obviously always planned to do this. But Biden repeatedly and emphatically said to the world on camera he would not pardon Hunter, his son. He was the adult in the room, the last bastion of democracy and constitutional norms, the staunchest defender of a justice system that treated everybody, as he said, as equals under the law, and that nobody would be above the law, except, as it turned out, his own son. Biden lied because it's an election year and the hypocrisy is inexcusable. Unless, of course, you are the poor aforementioned Karine Jean-Pierre.
You have said repeatedly yourself since the election, the president has said for months, no pardon was coming. I wanted to ask you, could those statements now be seen as lies from the American people? Is there really a credibility issue here given now this announcement?
First of all, one of the things that the president always believes is to be truthful to the American people. That is something that he always truly believes. And if you see the end of his, I assume that you've read his statement, and you look at the end of that statement, and he actually says that in the first line in the last paragraph.
Unbelievable. Here is that last paragraph. Biden said, for my entire career, I've followed a simple principle: to tell the American people the truth. Here's the truth. I believe in the justice system. But as I have wrestled with this, I also believe raw politics has infected this process and led to a miscarriage of justice. There's no old shortcut in journalism. If you want to cut to the actual truth, don't believe anything before the but. You can't simultaneously have faith in the justice system and believe that everyone is beholden to the law, but also believe it's corrupted and beholden to politics. Joe Biden flew 7,000 miles away from this crisis of his own making to give a speech in Angola. Luckily, it won't take him long to get home.
I'm probably the most pro-rail guy in America. I've ridden over 1,300,000 miles on a daily basis to my work, 220 miles a day for the last 50 years. Well, I didn't do it as president. I stayed in the White House a lot.
You didn't travel 1.3 million miles a day, did you, Joe Biden? It's embarrassing. This is the leader of the free world still. This is the president of the United States. As I speak, there's breaking news. Apparently he's fallen asleep during a meeting with African leaders in Angola. The Telegraph and Forbes both reporting he was visibly dozing. It's a farce. But it's worse than that, because Joe Biden presented himself as the opposite of Donald Trump, who he called a liar, a hypocrite, a shameful opportunist. We all remember what he called Trump. And then, by pardoning his son and making him above the law and making him unaccountable to the law, Biden proved himself to be a liar, a hypocrite, and a shameless opportunist. I think I speak for both Democrats and Republicans when I say that January the 20th can't come soon enough.